Greenwood's 50th game in the Premier League tonight. Scott McTominay has recovered from the bug that forced him off at the weekend, and Luke Shaw starts against his old club. The Saints are depleted, there's no doubt about that, here at Old Trafford without Walcott, Romeu, Vestergaard and Walker-Peters, among others. 20-year-old Kane Ramsey is in the defence, 19-year-old Lukas Jankovic in midfield. Moussa Djenepo and Shea Adams are the others who come in. 4 changes in total. James Ward-Prowse is back in midfield. The bench includes 4 teenagers, one of whom, Ryan Finnegan, is 17, and 3 of them are yet to make their first team debuts for the Saints. What about the tactical side of this, Robbie?
Yeah, evening, Dan. Looking forward to this game tonight. Looking at Manchester United, 4-2-3-1 formation. Could they have just gone with 1 number 6 and 2 number 8s? They decided against it. And looking at Southampton, you know, the 4-4-2, Adams and Ings. I think at times you'll see Adams just drop into the number 10 position. But, you know, much depleted side. But who would have thought Sheffield United last week, Darren, would have come to Old Trafford and won?
Yeah, that's something certainly that Ralph Hasenhüttl will be aware of. Bruno Fernandes has hit his first rough patch in United Red. His remarkable first year in England now includes 5 games without a goal or an assist. Here's tonight the night he gets it back together. And Danny Ings is also struggling. 1 goal in 8 games has coincided with Southampton's dip in form. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried to take the positives from Saturday's draw at Arsenal, but knows from experience that title races need consistency. And Ralph Hasenhüttl is trying to lead Southampton to their first Old Trafford win for 5 years. Old Trafford hasn't been impregnable by any stretch this season. Sheffield United became the 6th team to win here last week. The referee tonight is Mike Dean, and Graham Scott, the VAR. The players kneel, events involving 3 players at Manchester United, highlighting the need for it to continue. The abuse suffered by Anthony Martial, Axel Tuanzebe, Marcus Rashford and others recently, emphasising the huge problem with racism that remains in and around football. And the programme here tonight includes the United Against Racism logo and an image of 4 Manchester United players taking the knee on the cover. So it's the first of 3 home games in a row in League and Cup for United, who need to recover from drop points in their last 2 league matches. Similar story for the Saints, Robbie, who have won once in the last 6 weeks in the league. There's quite a bit on the line for both of them here. Off goes Luke Shaw against his old club.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's been on good form, hasn't he, Darren? You know, surprised he was left out recently, but in the side tonight, you know, down that left-hand side. His relationship with Rashford has been good at times this season.
This is Stuart Armstrong. There's been an early goal at St James's Park, Newcastle back in form. And there's a straight red card. We'll tell you all about that in a minute, but what about that for a story? It's the young man who's making his first start tonight, 19-year-old Alexander Jankovic. And he's been shown the straight red card for that challenge. It was a challenge that made you jump up in the air, Robbie, when you saw it.
Yeah. The youngster there, you know, his studs have gone over the ball. It's a straight red card, Darren. I can't have no complaints.
Well, it's an absolute shocker when you see it. Absolute shocker. He made his debut last week against Arsenal. It's the first time he started tonight. Obviously keen to make an impact, but not that kind of impact. And Southampton, with all of these injury problems, are down to 10 men inside 2 minutes at Old Trafford. And Nothing really that Mike Dean could do, Robbie, but send him off.
No, Mike Dean was very quick to give the red card. That's the correct decision. It's a very poor challenge.
Where's the damage? That's how high it was. I mean, the good news is, looking at Scott McTominay down there, it doesn't look as though there's going to be any lasting damage despite the recklessness of the challenge. I mean, you saw the look on Ralph Hasenhüttl's face as well. He was telling Des before the match started just how difficult it's been to put a competitive team out with the injuries, and now they're down to 10 men already.
Yeah, it's going to be a long 87 minutes for that man's side. Thankfully for Scott McTominay, Manchester United, he's going to be okay, but a very poor challenge.
So off we go again. 79 seconds from the kick-off to the challenge by Jankovic. And here come Manchester United trying to make them pay with Marcus Rashford. And Bruno Fernandes couldn't quite get onto it. Rashford had clear daylight on that side, though, for Manchester United. Fernandes with the ball in.
Marcus Rashford on his right foot. Open your foot and try and curl it towards that far corner. There's no need to pass in that situation. Go and be ruthless. Go and get a goal. It's a great position. It's a good run. Tried to be unselfish though. Darren passed the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Go and score a goal.
Well, what looked like a very difficult assignment tonight for Southampton has just got significantly more difficult.
Yeah, they've just put Armstrong in the centre midfield position. Ings on the left-hand side of 4-4-1 with Adams as a centre forward. Look at the touch there. It's a brilliant touch, isn't it, from Cavani. Decided to cut back down and look for Bruno Fernandes. I think he should try and hit the ball with his right foot, open his body up, go for the far corner.
It's an early warning over there for Kane Ramsey. The 20-year-old is starting at right back tonight. He's got a very difficult task, of course, up against Marcus Rashford. He'll be nervous too about making his first Premier League start of the season. And a real warning there as to what the night could look like if he doesn't get a lot closer to Marcus Rashford.
But that's the beauty of having Cavani in the side, Darren. You know, the way he just dropped off and then the ball round the corner was beautiful into the path of Rashford with his pace.
Luke Shaw in there ahead of Musa Gineppo. Rashford looking to try and run in behind Kane Ramsey again. This time the youngster was across there to deal with it. It's another week where all 20 teams play over the next 3 nights, and as we saw last week with games at the weekend as well, it can reshape the table. Manchester City are the team with the momentum. Liverpool have recovered their form, and now the emphasis switches to Manchester United to get themselves back on track, and they won't have a better opportunity here against the 10 men of Southampton. Shaw with the ball. It's a bit too high in the middle for Edinson Cavani.
And I'm not sure after 79 seconds that Danny Ings thought he'd be, on the left-hand side, chasing, Greenwood or Wan-Bissaka from the right-back position. He's going to have to do a job for the team tonight.
He goes to Bruno Fernandes. Slipped through to Edinson Cavani. didn't quite take it in stride. And then the shot that comes in from Fred that was always a little bit off target.
Yeah, Fred on his light foot going for that far corner. It's too much on it. You know, I wonder, Darren, I know you like your stats. How many players have been sent off that early, do you know?
I think he's the fourth, Robbie, inside 2 minutes to be sent off in a Premier League match. He becomes the fourth player sent off inside 2 minutes, to answer your question.
I knew you'd know.
Off goes Stuart Armstrong. The 10 that remain out there for Southampton have to keep the belief. And they've certainly got to work a lot harder. Jan Bednarek has been really good for them this season with the challenge there on Edinson Cavani. Well, the way that Manchester United are attacking, Robbie, early on in the match would indicate that they've certainly picked out Ramsey, the right back, as an area to target with Rashford.
Yeah, they certainly haven't. You know, look at Bruno Fernandes' position in that number 10 position. You'll try and get him behind Ward-Prowse and Armstrong. Armstrong now moving inside one to allow Ings to go on this left-hand side. Yeah, this is the challenge, isn't it, from Jankovic? Oh, it has to be a straight red. It's a bad tackle. We keep saying it. Look at Ralph Hasenhüttl. He knew Fletch.
I can't actually work out when you see the replay what was in the young man's mind, because he was nowhere near the ball at any stage. He was far too high right from the moment he committed himself, Robbie.
Yeah, you don't want to be, you know, too harsh on the youngster, you know, because not many starts at all, and probably so excited to come here to Old Trafford and play, but it's definitely a red card. There's no excuses.
On by Cavani. Rashford back to Fred. Here's McTominay. Bit of space here for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In by Bruno Fernandes. Danny Ings back there with an entirely different role than the one that he got planned in his mind when he walked out. Southampton have struggled against United in recent years. They thought they were on to a winner at St Mary's in November before Edinson Cavani came off the bench and changed the game. One omen is that if Manchester United win tonight, they might like this, the Manchester United fans. The last time they did the league double over the Saints, they won the title back in 2013. So if you believe in that kind of thing, I think all we're sure of at the moment is it's going to be a fascinating race with a lot of twists and turns still to come. It's a lovely ball by Cavani.
He started the game well, Darren, in that centre-forward position. You know, midfield players know they can get the ball into him. We've seen it for the Rashford chance.
You can see the ball just skidding away there on the surface. It has taken on an awful lot of rain today. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be hoping that the strikers can get their form back. Anthony Martial, who's on the bench, has had issues in the Premier League all season. The goals have dried up a bit for Marcus Rashford too. Cavani and Greenwood have played their part, but more goals from the front players would certainly help them.
You can hear, you know, Ralph Hasenhüttl there, Darren, saying to Che Adams, don't go and press, just drop back into your shape. No point, because they're just going to pass the ball around you from that position and they'll get out so comfortably.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
There's almost a point now, Darren, where if you're McTominay, you can just let Fred be the lone number 6. You've got 2 centre-halves against Che Adams, and Fred can do that defensive work. McTominay can almost play alongside Bruno Fernandes and get him behind the lines.
Here's Mason Greenwood. Stopped in his tracks there by Kane Ramsey of Southampton. The captain Ward-Prowse looking to try and get Che Adams away, and David De Gea with a decent starting position to deal with the threat. And Manchester United are leaving 2 up on the left. I mean, Luke Shaw's literally playing side by side with Marcus Rashford. McTominay bursting forward from midfield, and that was good defending by Danny Ings. Nicely taken by Shaw. Greenwood. Jack Stevens was quickly onto him to block it. Gineppo with the challenge over there, Robbie. I think he's got an important job tonight because he's on the right side of that midfield, and he's got to get back and help Kane Ramsey.
Yeah, you just alluded to the fact that Shaw is playing exceptionally high with, Rashford. Look at their position now. If the ball switched quickly, it'll be a 2-on-1 situation. That's why Gineppo has to help Ramsey.
Rashford's turn to cross, Bednarek away.
United have got to move the ball side to side, like that.
Yeah, Maguire to Wan-Bissaka, reading your thoughts. Here's McTominay. That's a good ball. It was aimed in towards Fred, and I think it was just Jan Bednarek who got his head to it to flick it away for Southampton.
Brilliant header. It's a wonderful ball into the box. Great pace on it. But what a header. Cavani would have had a free header. Brilliant defended.
Maguire to Greenwood. Ryan Bertrand got in there quickly. Here's Rashford. Lovely drop of the shoulder by Bruno Fernandes. Bertrand there again. Anywhere will do from Moussa Gineppo. They just want to breathe it back there.
Yeah, but what against 10 men, you just got to be patient, play the ball side to side, wait for the opportunity, just keep moving the ball.
Rashford with a shot that took a deflection and in the end didn't cause too many problems to Alex McCarthy. It could have been a lot more serious, that.
It's a comfortable save in the end from McCarthy.
Southampton have failed to score in 5 of their last 7 league games. Ralph Hasenhüttl's tears of delight after beating Liverpool have been replaced by ones of frustration. Added to tonight, of course, by the early red card to Alexander Jankovic. Adams did well against Lindelof. There's James Ward-Prowse who strikes a good ball, and he hits that one. Always moving wide off the outside of the boot, but that's a little bit of encouragement there for Southampton.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night for Che Adams, but he holds the ball extremely well, and Ward-Prowse 25 yards out, free shot at goal. Fred wasn't getting there. Good play from Southampton. Just look at McTominay's position there, Darren. In behind, the midfield where Bruno Fernandes is. I don't think you need 2 number 6s in this game now. 11 v 10.
Crossed in by Shaw. It's gone all the way through and in. And it's the rarest of goals for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. 2nd of the season. His 2nd for Manchester United. And he walked onto it and finished it clinically to give Manchester United the lead.
You know, Danny Ings play on this left-hand side. Has he tracked the run of Wan-Bissaka? That's the thing I'd say. Has he reacted? Has he not followed him in? Because the switch of play was fantastic. We'll see now. We know Ings is on this left-hand side. Lindelof with a great, you know, cross-field pass. Bertrand's got Greenwood. And as the ball comes in, look, Ings has got Wan-Bissaka. He reacts too late, Darren. And Wan-Bissaka puts it in to the net. It's a wonderful cross. It's a very good finish. 1-0.
You know, the two Manchester United fullbacks combining, Luke Shaw with the cross and Aaron Wan-Bissaka with the finish. It took him 96 games to score his first career goal that he got against Newcastle earlier this season. And now he's doubled his tally with that one against Southampton. He's a fantastic defender, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The fact he did get forward to great effect there will please him and please his manager too. A situation here for Southampton that you feel in the circumstances, Robbie, they've got to make the most of. They won't get forward very often, you wouldn't think, being a man short. Stevens and Bednarek have gone forward. Ryan Bertrand with the ball in and didn't be the first man, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, well, you'd think why Ward-Prowse wouldn't, you know, whip that in. You know, we know we've had a lot of rain in Manchester. His right foot, one of the best in the business at set pieces. He's going to take this corner now.
And the kind of setup around David De Gea was the kind of setup we saw from Sheffield United here last week, getting a lot of bodies around the Manchester United goalkeeper. Ward-Prowse with a good delivery, and David De Gea in the end with a decent punch. He was fouled as well, but had to stand his ground there, the Spaniard.
It's good delivery, isn't it? Is it Armstrong, Darren, that's just leaning into David De Gea?
Scott McTominay, Edinson Cavani, good challenge by Ward-Prowse. Had to get there. Bruno Fernandes was sizing things up.
Cavani, what a lovely touch once again. The awareness, you know, to know where Bruno Fernandes is. Good challenge from Ward-Prowse.
Well, there's been an equaliser at St James's Park. Jairo Riedewald, so 1-1 now between Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Rashford into Bruno Fernandes. Kane Ramsey had it and lost it. In the end, it was cleared away by Ward-Prowse. It's a real baptism of fire for the young right-back, isn't it, in these circumstances? You've got to feel for him, really, Robbie.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough night for the youngster, but he's doing OK, Darren. You know, it's a wonderful ball in for the goal, isn't it, from that side. Here's the foul on Harry Maguire.